Hey guys, what's up? It's a big day for me, really big day, special day, because guess what? This is it. It's all come to this. We're about to climb Mount Katahdin, so let's go. Let's go. Let's climb it. We're climbing it. Oh man, we're climbing it. We're climbing up. Oh, I gotta get my stick up there. Whoa. Oh, we're almost at I can see the top right now. I've just come to the table is what it's called. It has a name, this part. Oh, whoa, I'm rolling over. There's rebars, metal, it's all kinds of, it's crazy. You wouldn't even believe it if you were here. Oh my God, and then here it is, everybody. We've gotten to the top. Look at that. Whoa, dude. Whoa, you see that over there? Look at that. Right there, see that? Right, I'll put my stick. I'll use my stick as a pointing stick. I think that's the Aurora Borealis. It's a geomagnetic storm or something. This is remarkable. Oh my God. Wow. Look at this. They put a spire up here. Take a look at this spire. Wow. That's almost as tall as me. That's taller even than me. There's something taller than me up here. I got a chair for sitting. Whoa, oh man, I'm resting my weary legs now. My legs are weary from travel, I'll tell you that. 2,198.4 miles, that's a lot of miles to walk. And you know, just after walking that many miles, you really can't go that many miles without having a couple reflections. Like the ones in my eyes right now, those are some reflections, but I've got reflections of another variety as well. The ones in my teeth, but then a third variety, 3 as well, that, you know, when I think about such a big journey through so many lands and occasionally seas and other expanses, horizontal expanses, sometimes vertical expanses, as you just saw just moments ago, you saw a vertical expanse. What really covers my mind is that how lucky I am to be here and to be with you all, and how lucky you are all to be here with me. And you are here with me. I know it, and you know where we are, and you know when we are, and you know what this is. And we're all kind of in it together. And this is a lot like the first time I tried psychedelics. And I just came out of it with an overwhelming sense of like, I don't even know where I end and other things and people begin. And I've actually lost that sense and I can't feel it anymore. And that's a good thing. And there's just such a oneness and there's such a community up here. There's so many people around me right now. There's such a community and it's such a robust community. And it's a community that really, even the government can't take away. And that's something I really value about all communities, is that there's definitely nothing the government can do to take them away. And look at this. Wow, this is a fun feature. I bet you didn't know this because you can't walk 2,198.4 miles because you're not as good as me. They've actually got direct TV satellite dishes up here. So let's plug into this one and see what it says. Oh, okay, so it turns out actually Kamala Harris has a platform now, which is pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, I really want to take a moment here to just think with you all, because I know you are thinking Americans. There are about maybe 10 to 20,000 of those, and I know you're one of them. You watching, you happen to be one of them, despite the remarkable odds. You are definitely one of them. And I want you to think, and I want you to wonder, what would lead somebody to do something like this? What possible trauma or neurosis or misinformation or disinformation or other manner of sins might lead somebody to dedicate 5 to 7 months of their life, sometimes more, sometimes less if you're a real Speedy Gonzales, but 5 to 7 months of their life to walking and achieving fundamentally nothing. Really just literally just walking. I mean, like you think, oh, it's probably different. It's probably like beautiful or special or something. No, you've walked before. Unless you're like a fucking cripple or something, you've walked before. I know you've walked before. I see you. I can see you through the screen, and I can tell by the expression on your face right now that you've walked before. And so I want you to imagine it's literally nothing. It's the same thing as just walking. Maybe I've got a stick. Look at me, I've got a stick waving around. Ooh, I'm putting it on the ground. That doesn't actually fundamentally change the experience that much, not as much as you would think. So imagine literally just walking, and you're walking, and for the first couple weeks being very generous, it's like, oh man, there are trees, and like when I'm sleeping, I can hear the animals taking a shit, and ooh, my God. And then you reach a certain point and you're like, man, I really feel like basically everything there is to get out of this, I've already gotten out of this. And then you walk another 2,000 miles. And then you get to the end and you say, man, like, what did I do that for? And I'll bet you that you probably don't know what the answer is. But here's the secret. I actually know what the answer is. I actually do know the answer. And I really, I hesitate to share it openly and publicly because it's something very deeply personal to me. It's personal to me. And it's sort of like wishing upon a star. When I wish upon a star, there he is. When I wish upon him, I make sure not to share that wish because when I was watching Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, one of the characters said that if you tell somebody what your wish is, it won't come true. So I hesitate to share this with people, and I think some of you know it. I think there's a chance that maybe some of you do know it, and you might know it because you're close to me. You might know it because you're a smart cookie. You might know it because you're telepathic or the NSA. That's sort of that forms a group. You might know it for a number of other reasons. Maybe you yourself have done this. No, actually, those people probably don't know it. But suffice it to say, it should be sufficient to tell you all that I have achieved it, and it is good, and there's no way in hell, if you don't know it by now, you're going to figure it out without going out there and doing it yourself. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you go out and you do it yourself, and it's that DIY ethic. You got to go take 5 to 7 months of your life and pour all of that attention and that $7,000 to $10,000 and that XYZ and that ABC and all of that human potential, that's the pinky, and pour that into the trail. Pour it into the trail. Pour it into the trail. And the trail will definitely give it back. That's the reciprocity of the trail community. You will get that potential back in dividends for your whole life, just like if you bought an old person stock that pays a lot of dividends. And that's basically my thoughts. And it's really beautiful up here, and there are lots of things to be seen. And so you may have heard of an app called Peak Finder. It's a cool app for your phone. It's not a game, but it is it's at times fun, depending on where you are and what you're doing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I am Peak Finder. I'm going to personify Peak Finder, and I'm going to adopt that persona unto myself. And I'm just going to point out to you some cool features. So we already had the Aurora Borealis there. Whoa. Let me get a better shot of that. Whoa. And then over here, we have a fucking monstrosity that I believe is being constructed in some way by the University of Pennsylvania. And then over here in the background, you can sort of just make out back there, that is Mount Zion, also known as Mount Apollo, also known as Mount Olympus, also known as Olympus Mons. It's a cool place that I would recommend going. Maybe that'll be the next challenge, the next journey after this one, because there's always a next one. Once you get the bug, once you got the bug for these things, you just can't stop doing them. And so I think I've got some kind of bug, and that's going to make me, it's in my head, and it's going to make me go over there. Being totally serious, guys, I would recommend doing that. That one's actually good. Don't listen to anything else that I say, but that one's actually good. You should go there, even if people tell you you can't or you should not. Don't listen to people telling you you can't or should not do things unless they know what they're talking about. And that's about it.